All right, go ahead.
Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you can see, our scenery is a little bit different. So we are not home right now. We are in South Carolina. So we are recording this from my aunt's house in Mullen, South Carolina. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have everybody here, or if you're listening to the recording, good to have you.
Oh, I am here also. Yeah, I figured I was going to shake it quite a bit when I came over. Oh, okay. You got it?
Yep. No, you can't move.
Oh, wait. This is loose. That's why.
Oh, I set it up.
I'm sitting here like, why is this thing shaking? That's okay. All right.
So this is like the last few days of the month. So we know hustle mode, everybody.
Yeah.
So important to be following up with anybody that you have made contact with. Get those last little orders in. Some people, especially with the promotions that we're running, I know everyone's OGV spiked from that. So just follow up with people, see, if there's any needs that you can feel.
Yeah. So you told everyone we were down in South Carolina. We're actually visiting family now, right? But one of the other reasons that we came down here was to support one of our team members who is growing in North Carolina in Durham. So we want to give a shout out to Terry because we came down yesterday and hosted a class or Terry hosted a class.
Yes.
And she had an amazing turnout. The class went really, really well. She's got some great contacts and she's just really, really rocking and moving. She hit start earlier in the month and she's well on her way to senior star. So I went to give her recognition because she had an excellent party yesterday. And they showed us quite a bit of Southern hospitality.
Yeah,
So that was
awesome.
actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's shout out. So this is kind of a family vacation, but it's also been a Young Living trip as well. Just one of the benefits of being able to merge something that you love to do with something that you're already doing. Because we were going to come down to see your grandfather anyway.
Right. But of course, we left oils with him, and then there's a diffuser. My aunt made sure she set up the diffuser. She's like, I know you're going to want that.
Yep. So it's just been, we've only been here a couple of days, and it's been a really fun trip so far. Mm-hmm. So we hope everyone is doing well back home and other areas. Hope that you guys are really, really pushing because this month has been a great month, and November is going to be even better. But
remember. So the end of October, beginning of November, one of the highest OGV pushes in Young Living. So really, 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 if you've been sitting on the fence, if you've been going kind of slow, this is the time to really, really kick into gear.
Yeah. So it's actually fitting because we're going to take a little break from the Game Plan Bootcamp series of videos and transition and talk about Shannon Hudson's event. So Dana and I had an opportunity to attend a training session with Shannon Hudson. And for those who don't know, Shannon Hudson is a Royal Crown Diamond that's from Flint, Michigan. And I really got to say that she's just the greatest. I really do like the way that she runs her organization and her team, but she's also very aware. She does a lot of education and a lot of research as well. So I do want to take time to talk about some of the takeaways that we had from the event, just because I feel like it'll be of benefit to you guys. So I do want to share some of that information. Dana's got some things that she enjoyed. I've got some things as well. But I think I'm starting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So one of the first things that I really, really liked about this training session is the fact that she went around, like we got there and all of the other team members who were there that were part of her organization, some were not. But she helped us all set goals for where we wanted to hit rank and when we wanted to hit it. So one of the first things that she said is she said there's specific months within the year that are huge months for growth. Just because of the time of the season, people start to either slow down or become a little bit more health conscious. So the 3 months that are really really good months for trying to rank up and hitting that boom, because they just tend to be big months for Young Living, were October and November, leading up to the holidays and Christmas, and then March is actually a really, really good one. So it was very interesting to see that she went around the table and she would have everyone introduce themselves, what their current rank is, and what the rank that they're reaching for is as well, and when they would like to hit it. And I thought it was very interesting because not everyone said, like, I'm executive now and I want to be silver in 2 weeks. That's just not how everyone felt. We met some people that had been in Young Living for like 10, 12 years, and they were executive, and they're like, yeah, at some point I'd like to reach silver. And that was perfectly okay. Like, I love that, like, Shannon was like, no, we need you to hit silver. She wasn't like, we need you to hit silver, like, right away, because 10 years is too long.
But she was very specific about, regardless, it needs to have a date.
Yeah.
So even if your date is, I want to hit silver in November of next year, then you have a date. So you're shooting for something. It becomes tangible. It becomes real. And that's kind of aligned with just in general having goals, smart goals.
Yeah. And so she brought that to people's attention just because, like Dana mentioned, it didn't matter whether, when it just was important to set a date. But she did bring to our attention that if you wanted to qualify for like silver retreat, gold retreat, platinum retreat, anything like that, you have to qualify by March of 2018 and hold your rank for 3 consecutive months. So when we're going around the table, some people were saying they wanted to push for silver in November because November is a big month for Young Living, and it's an excellent month to try to rank up. And then March is a good month as well to set that goal, because whatever you rank as in March is what you go to convention as for your rank. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of, I think, like a really, really good feel for helping people to set like a definite and measurable goal. Mm-hmm. And then say that, okay, I need to have action steps to hit this goal. And so it was just nice because not everyone there was an executive. This training was for executives, but not everyone.
Well, it was executives and above.
Executive and above. So not everyone was an executive. We had a couple gold leaders and a couple platinums as well, right? They were there. And then, of course, Shannon and her husband, who are Royal Crown Diamonds. So I don't know if anyone...
Well, they're diamonds, so they're running for Crown Diamond in November. She made sure she wrote down her goal, too.
And she wrote down everyone's goal to help them stay accountable as a leader. But I really just appreciate her story. If you've never heard Shannon Hudson's story, I will make sure that we post a link to a video about it in the comments, because Shannon is from Flint, Michigan, and they are really a story of started from the bottom, now we're here.
Right.
Okay.
And yeah, I will say, when you hear her story, like, and I've so many times heard, team members or other cross-line people, and they're like, well, none of my friends have money. My friends are broke. She was a toilet bowl cleaner from Flint, Michigan, making $11,000 a month.
No, 11,000 a year.
I'm sorry, a year. A year. 11,000 a year. Yes. And the reality is, she was like, my entire circle was people just like me. So everybody in my organization, everybody that was in my circle, were in the exact same financial situation. So when people make the excuse, oh, I don't have the money, or, oh, the people around me don't have money, it's a lie. That's a lie. Take that out of your head. People find a way to be able to afford what is important to them, what they value, what's important to them. And if that's the case, and you're continuously getting people like this, then you're not showing them the abundance part of Young Living. Because again, the way I love how she structures, she's like, immediately you get people in front of people. So, they sign up, let's get your kit for free, get your 3 people, boom. Now you can afford that, and now to get on Essential Rewards. So if you set it up, you will never have that objection where people don't have the money.
Yeah. And she's very good at simplifying it. We try to overcomplicate.
Yes.
So Shannon is very, very good at simplifying it. She has a whole series of videos also on her channel too that's available. But I love that about her. But I think another thing that stood out to me was the fact that they had like a book club for the leaders in her team. Because as we've talked about before, leaders are usually readers because, self-development is very important if you are to become successful in this business, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So whatever issues that we might have to overcome within this business, because there are things that are going to be difficult for us to do, they can be overcome, but you have to do the put the work in, do the reading and the personal development, because you're going to find that not only will it benefit you in this business, but it's going to benefit you in all aspects of your life. So there was a couple books that were on the reading list that were technically, I think, for the month of October, but we're going to do them for November and even for you guys as the rest of our team. But the first one was a network marketing book that was entitled Downline Leadership, The Blueprint for Network Marketing. That was a good book that she recommended reading as a leader within her team. But also for personal development, the title of the book was Unchain Your Brain. And so that one really kind of stuck out to me as a personal development book, because it talks about breaking bad habits and helping to reprogram your brain so that you can be successful in whatever it is that you're trying to do. Usually there's 10 things that keep people from being successful in whatever they may attempt. And so the book is designed to help you retrain your brain. So those are the two books for the month of November that I know I will be reading. I'm going to force Dana to read them as well. But we leave that open to you guys as well, because I feel that everyone that listens to this call will really, really benefit from it. So I thought that was really cool. Mm-hmm. Did you have anything about the books?
No, not about the books.
Okay. So the other thing was that she went into education. So what did you think about Shannon's training on education?
Well, I think that was phenomenal. And then two, we did a Zoom call. I'm not sure if everybody got to watch that replay, but one thing that I really, really appreciated and stuck out to me is you need to understand Young Living is wellness. If all you do is ever talk about oils and you don't talk about wellness in general, you're going to be losing a large category of people. Because for the most part, where we understand the health benefits of the oils and where they can be used, a lot of people do not. They all they think is smell. They do not understand the medicinal benefits. They do not understand anything beyond that. And so when all we do is, oh, I'm not feeling good, and you're like, oh, use this oil. Oh, use this oil. Like, it becomes overwhelming for people, and they're like, we get it. You have an oil for everything. And they're not open to really understand. Whereas if you meet people on their wellness journey where they are, they're going to be so much more open. So one example that was listed is, like, right now, a lot of people are talking about fasting. So what is fasting? If you see on your timeline tons of people talking about fasting, or you see a ton of people talking about vegan options and gluten-free, and some of these words that are like key words that people are throwing out there, do you understand those trends? Do you understand why people are making these changes and making these adjustments in their health and wellness? And once we understand those things and we incorporate them, then we can, again, broaden ourselves to such a larger avenue of people, because the reality is it's a wellness company. It fits in with all those other things, pulling toxins out of your home and the like. So one of the books that she had talked about is, it was a book all about fasting. So that was one of the health books that she was saying, read up on this, know about this, understand how this fits into health, and talk about it. Share that in addition to, some of the maybe supplements and oils and things that you talk about as well.
Yeah. And so it was interesting because I know, we've read the game plan and we've implemented Sarah Harnish's game plan. And it's very interesting to see how different leaders run things within their organization. And so I thought it was interesting because Shannon's take was, especially with education, when you're hosting classes, they don't all have to be one-on-one classes for introduction to oils. You can host in a one-on-one class, especially if that's something that you're very, very good at, and that's really good at getting people to buy a kit. But you have to realize that the education is what's going to keep them as a customer and keep them informed, being an informed customer, and not necessarily just from a financial benefit, but they're not going to call you for every single question on what oil should I take for this, or I have this issue, can you help me out? They're going to take their health into their hands. So one of the suggestions was, switch it up. Like, even if you find yourself sometimes I don't want to say starting to get bored, but, if you're doing the same class over and over again and it's not enjoyable for you, switch it up so that, number one, it's enjoyable for you, but also you're going to draw and attract different types of people. So she said, like, if you'd like to do a home detox class, do a home detox class. If you'd like to do a health and fitness, do a health and fitness where you talk more about supplements. There was even the event that we did with Patty, where they had different classes set up. They had like a whole class that was like on oils and cooking. Like, it was like a culinary class where one of the girls brought in the culinary kit. She had some recipes prepared, and people like literally sat and made different recipes with oils, and it was fun. So for me, that was kind of a reassurance, because Dana and I were just talking about this. I'm like, I like the variety, and Dana likes the consistency. So if you can find a way to do that, then you're going to be very, very beneficial, and you're going to have people that just flock to you from different avenues.
And again, remember, we can talk systems. We can't talk disease. So even if it's like, for instance, you really want to address maybe something like diabetes or something like that. Well, we can't say, oh, this class is about diabetes, but we can talk about maintaining healthy blood sugar levels. And that could be the whole theme of the entire class. And when we're incorporating all aspects of health, talking about diet, talking about, some exercise. Other exercise, talking about apple cider vinegar, talking about cinnamon, talking about all of these other things as well, then we can compliantly talk about our oils. We can compliantly talk about our supplements. We can compliantly talk about Jarrett, because we're not talking disease. We're talking, again, the body, the function, or what is going on in that system. So when you talk systems, it frees you so much, because you can really share with people and get to the nitty gritty. And the beautiful thing is, Shannon does have, like, some of her classes, the PowerPoints for that. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to sit up here and do your research and make up a whole, presentation on whatnot. If you want to talk about blood sugar levels and things like that, boom, go to Shannon Hudson's website. You can print out the PowerPoint. Vital 180 has done a phenomenal job. Home Detox, Savvy Minerals, whatever it might be, there's already templates. There's already things that are out there. So don't spend so much time doing that you're not bringing in people and booking your class, because sometimes we'll make that excuse. It's like, oh, well, I'm sitting up here putting the class together, so I can't book the class until the end of the month. The beginning of the month is the time you want to get things rolling. Because if you want people to duplicate what you're doing, you want to give them time to do that, right? So they get their kit the first of the month, get them rolling with with 2 classes that month. Again, to keep that momentum, they're excited. If they've just purchased something, they're excited. They want to learn more. So then maybe, boom, you've done the 101. Let's now you got your oils. Now what? Yeah. Get them rolling. Get them going.
Yeah, I think it was very interesting, because Shannon also outlined the difference between hosting classes and doing one-on-ones. Because I know that we all have busy schedules, and sometimes people feel like a class or a party is going to be this big to do, and it's going to be hard to fit into your schedule. So it was interesting, because Shannon said she really doesn't do a lot of classes. She does a lot of one-on-ones, and then uses something like a class to reach multiple people all at once, so to condense and save time. But her life is filled with meeting one-on-one with prospects, talking about, was it 3 oils? Was it lemon thieves? And what was the other one? I can't remember. But pretty much not making it this big to do. She would meet with someone for less than an hour and help them get started and get their kit. So if you have individuals that you know are interested in health and wellness, that are looking for solutions, that are looking to make changes, just call them up on the phone, meet for coffee, meet for lunch, brunch, dinner, what have you, and just go over 3 oils, tell them a little bit about the company, what it's done for you, and help them get started. So that way that when you host a class that maybe includes more information that they don't have, oh, okay, now they want to attend the class. So understanding where those fall into place, that was one of the things that Shannon has kind of stressed, and I encourage you guys to do as well.
And then on the flip side too, it's important to also, like, when you're booking classes, realize in life things happen. So, a large percent of everybody that you're inviting is not going to attend, but sometimes continuously inviting them again opens ways to set up that one-on-one. So your schedules keep not lining up for some reason or the other. So then, okay, I get it. You can't come to this class. What is a day that works for you? Let's get together. Let's get coffee. Let's, talk more and chat.
Yeah, because you're going to find too, it helps you to build and reaffirm those relationships that maybe you have a hard time just connecting or getting together with people too. So make it fun, make it enjoyable for you. Get together with your friends that you haven't had an opportunity to get together with in a while. So I thought that was really interesting. Overall, my thought of the whole training was just, it's phenomenal because, Young Living has a lot of training that we get when we go to corporate events, but we also love as leaders, even cross-training with other organizations, because there's always something that you can grab from other leaders, tidbits to help you along your way. It's not only one specific way to build. And so that was my biggest takeaway. Shannon did a lot of promoting for her event that's coming up the 10th and 11th, right? November 10th and 11th. She is doing an event. I think the Tashina still has tickets left. So if you're interested in attending that event, is this the one where they're switching it up and doing some business?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the first time, let me tell you, those that have attended Shannon's events before, they separated it where Friday was business, Saturday was strictly education. She was like, we're not doing that anymore because it just doesn't make sense. You cannot have one without the other. You just can't. Like, Young Living is both. Like, you have to understand both of them. So there's going to be a little bit of everything sprinkled Friday and Saturday. If you miss Friday, you're going to miss a lot of great education information as well as business stuff. It's going to be all throughout, intertwined.
Yeah. So I encourage you all, if you can attend that event, get your tickets, and I think that's going to be a phenomenal event as well. We are out of town until Thursday, right?
Yes.
So
Thursday.
But we will be contacting individuals to help them with their goals for the month. So if you'd like to book a class, or if you need help signing someone up, you need help closing, let us know. We're more than happy to help you guys and answer that. But I think other than that, anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No, again, November's booking up fast. Make sure that beginning part of November, you book as many classes, one-on-ones, getting with people as possible. Again, that's going to be the most explosion, the most boom that you're going to get. Once Thanksgiving, after Black Friday, once people start getting involved in the holidays, people start getting busy. They're not going to really commit as much. So really, really book up that beginning part of your November. Look at the calendar now, even for this next coming weekend. Even if it's too soon to do a class, get with a few people, one-on-ones, follow-ups from people that weren't able to attend other classes or haven't committed to getting something yet. Follow up. Fortune is in the follow-up.
Yeah, good said that. So I guess we'll end there for tonight. We are traveling to Charlotte within the next few days, so we will be back on the road. But we're looking forward to seeing and contacting you guys when we get back. Till then, everyone stay productive, stay healthy, and we'll see you on the next call.
All right.
Have a
Bye,
good night.
guys.